The Ministry of Agriculture invites you to join, in celebration of Agriculture Month 2021, a mostly virtual, month-long series of activities and events showcasing Guyana's development on the agriculture front, under the theme, Transforming Our Food Systems, Achieving Food and Nutrition Security. It all begins Friday, October 1st with a virtual opening program set for 10 hours, broadcast on television and streamed on all social media platforms. Key events for Agriculture Month include virtual tours and exhibitions showcasing the work of the various agencies and stakeholder groups in promoting and facilitating the development of agriculture in Guyana. The annual Caribbean Week of Agriculture is set for October 4-8 under a virtual setting. On October 16th, there will be a virtual presentation to mark World Food Day 2021, which is being observed under the theme, Our Actions Are Our Future, Better Production, Better Nutrition, Better Environment, and Better Life. Agriculture Month 2021, a COVID-safe look at agriculture on the move to a bright and prosperous future. Look for a detailed schedule of events on local broadcast, print and social media platforms.
Good evening, welcome to this evening's newscast on Kaieteur Radio. Kevin Smith here. Without further ado, let's get to the news in detail. Even as ExxonMobil and its partners await government approval before going ahead with a final investment decision on the Yellowtail project, the high estimated costs already has its shareholders concerned about the impact of inflationary pressures on the project. This specific concern was raised during the 2021 third quarter earnings call for Hess Corporation, which has a 30% stake in the Stabroek Block. During the earnings call yesterday morning, executives of Hess Corporation fielded several questions about the massive Yellowtail project, which its partner, ExxonMobil, has said it will cost over $9 billion or 1.8 trillion Guyana dollars. Meanwhile, Guyana's public debt has been steadily increasing in recent years, and according to the nation's latest financial reports for the first half of this year, loans from the Inter-American Development Bank increased tenfold over the corresponding period last year. This information is contained in the mid-year financial report on the nation's accounts for 2021. According to that document, disbursements from the IDB increased tenfold from $5.2 million in the first half of 2020 to about $55.5 million for the corresponding period in 2021. According to the report, about 75.2% of the latter amount was allocated to combating the economic and social ramifications of the pandemic. And moving on, having expressed a desire to dump its waste at the Higgs Bosch landfill on the east bank of Demerara in the Eccles industrial site area, SOC is using the facility for at least 10 years into the future as its operations expands locally. This is even as the company uses the facility to dump some 30 to 35 tons of residual waste daily from its operations. This much is documented in the company's latest cradle-to-the-grave waste management analysis, which had identified the landfill as a possible dumping ground for some of its waste. According to the document, at present, Higgs Bosch is the only engineered landfill in Guyana for the disposal of municipal solid waste and non-hazardous commercial industrial wastes. The original cell, Cell 1, started receiving waste in 2011 and is currently at 99% capacity. It was noted that at current disposal rates, Cell 2 is expected to last for approximately 4 to 6 years. And moving on, the country's gold export earning as at the end of the first half of 2021 has declined by $86.4 million when compared to the same period last year. This is according to the recently released Bank of Guyana half-year report, which states that this year's revenue amounted to $438.1 million, while in 2020 it amounted to $524.5 million. According to the bank, the total export earnings increased by 63.6% or $786.9 million to $2,024.3 million. From $1,237.5 million recorded at the end of June 2020. In its 186-page report, the bank indicated that the revenue in gold dropped because of a decline in the volume of gold exported, despite having improved prices. In other news, yesterday, two female police ranks who were charged for allegedly deleting electronic data relevant to a fraud case in which millions were misappropriated from the Guyana Police Force's Finance Department walked free. The women, Janike Carmichael of Underneming West Coast Berbice and 21-year-old Tatiana Smith of 3rd Street, Albertown, Georgetown, both police constables, made their first court appearance in April 2021. They were released on $150,000 bail each. They had denied a charge which alleges that between January 28 and February 4th at the GPF's headquarters at Ivlery, Kingston, they intentionally and without lawful excuse or justification deleted electronic data from the GPF's computer that was in the administrative office of the Felix Austin Police College mess. And to wrap things up this evening, let's tell you that GRA is preparing to auction a number of vehicles that would have been imported by a number of individuals and companies and left on the wharves for various reasons, including the non-payment of taxes. Such vehicles are sold for want of entry, and notably among the vehicles listed is one purchased by the Ministry of Amerindian Affairs. The information is documented on the October 23rd publication of the Official Gazette and lists the vehicles for auction as want of entry as at August 31st, 2021. The vehicle intended for the Ministry of Amerindian Affairs, according to the description of the Official Gazette, is said to be a Toyota Hilux double cab CC 2693. And with that, we've come to the end of this evening's newscast. I'm Kevin Smith. Thank you for listening. Coming up next, a short presentation, as usual, from the publisher of the Kaieteur News, Mr. Glenn Lal, on the oil and gas sector in Guyana, followed by the National Outlook with GHK